So at Lighthouse we believe that every child in care deserves the same opportunities as everyone else. Young people need a place to call home, they need great people around them, they need opportunities in life, and it's really clear about how we can do that in the care sector. The only challenge is who's going to do it and how we're going to go about doing it. So as an organisation we've decided to step in. So a number of years ago I was working as a teacher and I was teaching a number of looked after children. It was really apparent to me that their outcomes were not really matching their ability. That started me out on doing some research into how I could improve their academic attainment. That got me more interested in the care sector, and I realised that children in care overall have worse outcomes than their non-looked after peers. Actually, when you look at children who are specifically in children's homes, which is about 10% of children in care, they have worse outcomes still. We spent a number of years looking at children's homes across the UK, but also in Germany and Denmark, where outcomes for children in children's homes were much better. And we looked at the specific challenges that we're facing here and some potential solutions to those challenges in Germany and Denmark, and used it to develop an entirely new model. We use a method of practice called social pedagogy, which is very common in Western Europe, but nearly unheard of in the UK. And so I actually lived in 2 of the homes that I visited over there to really get an understanding as to their practice and how it was particularly effective. A couple of years ago we bought a house in South London, which at the time was derelict, and we completely gutted it and went to work ensuring that our vision was represented in the physical environment of this home. So it has a number of features. One, it does look like a typical family home, but we've also thought really carefully about the details of the home and in terms of how we could create a sense of safety for young people. We've also thought about things like its specific location. So it's really close to the countryside, but also in the city, so there are lots of different things for children to do. It's easy for staff to get to as well. It's really close to really great schools, so it has all the sort of features that you'd want for some of the most vulnerable children in the country. So in terms of working with big change, I think the thing that's added the most value is feeling that you have an organisation that's there to support you. And obviously some of that support is in terms of funding, but it's also having a friend who can look over the things that you're doing, someone to discuss ideas with, someone to make recommendations, someone to make connections. Big Change was one of the organisations that backed us at a very, very early stage without much of a track record. So that was an incredible thing to have. So we have ambitious plans for the future. We want to open future homes and make sure that those homes are at the same standard as our initial home. We know that the most important part of what we're doing is ensuring that we're recruiting, training and retaining the right people to work in the sector. So we've been really successful in recruiting our first team and training them. We're also doing what we can to influence decision makers around how children's homes should run and work. So we've been speaking to people in government and local authorities about our work and what we've learned over the course of it. So the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning is thinking about the lives that we're going to be able to change